Okay, folks, Fred Gleek back again with Bill DeWeese, and this time we're talking. How was your week?
Hi, Fred. My week was good. Thank you. I hope your week was good as
Excellent,
well.
excellent.
Last week when we talked, I didn't have a final number for you because Mallory was at a dentist appointment, and at the time I said I know I'm over 5,000, but Mallory thought we might do six. Well, we actually ended at 6,500 last week, so I
Oh,
just wanted to report that it was a really good week last week.
nice,
So
nice.
this week, not as good. Uh, 3269, 3,269 was the final number for this
Okay,
week. So Monday, I started off with one, two, three new clients, which is always a big deal.
yep,
All three of them came through Voice 123.
okay.
I did some PG&E security training. I did a commercial for Texas Center for Hair Restoration.
Oh,
We don't want any bald Texans walking around.
no, of course not.
I did a commercial for Leaders CU, the credit union, Leaders Credit Union. I don't know where they're located. That was through Voice 123. And then I did an IT narration for a product called HighTrust. And so that was my Monday. On Tuesday, I did a narration for Mettler Toledo, which was actually done through a client in China that I do regular work for. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, did some employee training for them. The Southwest Gas California Safety Plan, I recorded that.
Okay,
And I did some food safety training for Festival Foods, grocery store chain.
okay.
On Wednesday, did some CAD training, diabetes training for physicians and knowing how to manage their patients who have diabetes. I did promos for Immaculate Heart Radio Network, some driver safety training. That I believe was for the state of Texas, if I recall. Yesterday, I did a project for a Scandinavian client. It was called Fuel Vision.
Hmm.
I know they work with big tankers. That's all I really understood.
And they have a
And then
vision about it.
and they have a what?
They have a vision about it.
They have a vision. That they do. They lack no vision. I did a tag for the San Francisco Bay Area Mercedes dealers because I have some commercials running out there right now. So I did some updated tags. I did a tech narration for a product called Ipswitch, IP Switch.
Ah, I remember I saw that Skype. That was so funny.
What's
Instead,
that?
Ipswich, you thought
Yeah.
it was eyepiece, and that was pretty clever. I remember that from the video that you did that you shared with everybody on the member
Oh,
site.
yes.
Which, by the way, people can still. It's always open and always available for people to join. DeWeeseMembers.com.
And I tell you what, the feedback we have so far is tremendous. We have a Facebook group that's only for those members,
Yeah,
and there's just a lot of support going on, right, which is really cool. I'm really excited about it.
yeah.
I did medical code training this morning, a continuation of a project I began a while back. I did an explainer recording for a product called CoolFront.
Okay.
I did promos for New Mexico PBS, and that was my week. $3,269.
Yeah. So a little bit below what you normally get,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
again, a little bit disappointing, but it's still real money. And of course, after this next, and I forget the domain name for this next one that we're doing with Lance.
Oh, I know.
What
You
is
know, we
it?
just
Yeah,
okay. VO success formula.
VO Success Formula will show you how to build yet another interesting revenue source for your voiceover business through something other than pay to play.
Literally, a guy is brand new in the business, and I won't give away I won't give you the punchline, but he's making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and he's brand new.
And
It's
without
amazing.
using pay to play sites,
Yeah, without using pay to
and
play
without
sites.
using Craigslist, and without using Mandy's.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm very excited about this program.
Okay, so back to the week. Tell me if you found or learned anything special or different that we can share with all of our
Well,
people.
something did come up that I've dealt with before, but many of our the talent listening may not have, and that's when it does happen on rare occasion. You may record a project for a client, you've done the work, and
Yep.
then the client comes back and says, "You know what? We've decided to go in another direction." And it's like, "What do you mean? I've already done the work." Um, Standard operating procedure in voiceover is that a client would pay you 50% of the originally agreed upon rate if it's not used.
Okay.
And it doesn't happen frequently. I can think of two times it's happened to me in the past 10 years, but it happened today.
Wow.
It was that thing I did for Ventura County,
Okay.
California. I did a few reads. We did a directed session. They thanked me, seemed very happy. But at some point along the line in the chain of production, somebody decided they wanted another voice. So anyhow, I just said, okay, 50%, and everything was fine on that. But if you ever run into that situation, you should still get paid at least half of what the agreed upon
Now,
price.
who handled that? Did you handle that or did Mallory?
No, neither. In this particular case, it came through voices.com.
Got it.
And they had a project manager who was managing that project. So she came to me, actually very apologetic and embarrassed. And said, don't worry about it. I know it happens on occasion. So she asked me what I wanted to do. And I said, well, 50% would be customary. So
Yeah. And the client, did you hear back? Do they have any problems with that?
no, she did thank me. So I'm assuming I haven't heard back anything bad. So I'm sure I'll get the money. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, good. What else? Anything else that you learned that might be?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I've got notes. Probably will take more time than we have, but let me at least share one more thing. Let's see here. Oh, here's a situation. You never know what a client's willing to pay you for a project,
Yeah.
right? And I'm taught that lesson over and over again, even after all these years.
Because you always guess less than what they'd really be willing.
Oftentimes, not always. Sometimes what you want is way more than they're willing to pay, but sometimes what they're willing to pay is far more than you're willing to ask.
Right.
So I had a situation this week. It was a 2 minute 2 minutes of audio it wasn't broadcast. It's just like an explainer video.
Yeah.
And so I got a message asking me what I would want. Actually, it was posted. It was a private audition posted on Voice 123.
Okay.
And the budget was posted as $500 to $750. Usually on most projects I will bid toward the middle to high end, but in this case, my rate card is I only charge $400 for anything of that length. Normally, I say only. I mean, that's 2 minutes of work. That's not bad.
Right.
So I thought it didn't feel right just boosting my rate incredibly just because, I thought, well, I'll take the low end 500 because that's still more than I would typically ask.
Right.
So 500. And as I sent the audition out, I went to my inbox and my mailbox and see that the guy had contacted me directly, wanted to make sure that I saw the audition that he posted for me. And he said, we only have $750 in our budget for this. Is that okay? So after I told him I'd do it for 500, at the same time, he's telling me he's willing to pay me 750. So anyhow, I've already bid 500 for it. So it is what it is.
And not only that, but he'll probably remember that for the next time he wants to use voice.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. I thought, dang, I lost $250 on that job, but I gained 500. So you can't complain for a 2-minute job.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Good,
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, there are a lot of, it's amazing how when someone is already going like you are, and at close to $250,000 a year, sometimes you tend to forget about what it's like to just be starting out. And I think it's really important, especially from talking to Lance with his system, that there are a lot of ways to skin this cat, aren't there?
There are a number of ways to do it, right? And probably more ways than you know. That's the thing. Be open to new information.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're listening to this podcast or watching this on YouTube, if you have found some unbelievably interesting way to generate money in the voiceover business, we would definitely be interested to hear.
You can let us know, voiceoverexpert@gmail.com.
There you go, voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. Well, since we didn't have more than $30-some-odd of revenue, I guess we're done for the week for you.
My list is no longer than that. That's all I've got for you.
Okay, good. Well, folks, thanks for listening. And again, Fred Gleek here with Bill Deweese.
Thanks, Fred.